What separates the crowd from the rare? The answer is in the math. 8 billion people, one fixed supply, 12 coins each if it were shared evenly. 12, that's the destiny of the average. But you hold 10,000. That single number takes you out of the crowd and puts you into a category so rare, so mathematically undeniable, that the world can't ignore it forever. This is where the XRP Rich List begins. It's not a scoreboard, it's a mirror. It reflects the truth that most people will stay average, but a few will step into rarity. And the XRP Rich List shows exactly where you stand in that shift. So stay with me until the end, because today you'll see why moving from average to rare isn't luck. It's position, it's foresight, and it's the one choice that defines who will watch history and who will shape it. Part 1. 12 coins versus 10,000. 8 billion people share one fixed supply. Do the division, and the result is 12. 12 coins for every person alive. That is the average. That is the math no one can escape. Now pause and compare it to your reality. You're not holding 12. You're not even holding 100. You're holding 10,000. 10,000 coins in a system where most will never touch more than 12. That gap is not small. It's not marginal. It's the difference between being lost in the crowd and standing in a league so rare, so mathematically undeniable, that it rewrites who you are in this system. 12 coins makes you invisible. 10,000 makes you part of the XRP Rich List. And the XRP Rich List doesn't flatter you. It confirms you. It shows that your position isn't hype. It isn't luck. It's proof. Proof that you've already stepped out of average and into rare. This is where the story begins. Not with charts, not with speculation, but with a simple comparison. 12 versus 10,000. Average versus rare. The crowd versus the few. And you already know which side you're on. Part 2. The math of average. The math of average is brutal in its simplicity. 12 coins. That's all the world allows when 8 billion people share a fixed supply. It sounds small because it is small. It's the kind of number that disappears into a wallet, forgotten as fast as it's earned. And that's the fate of the average. Average doesn't move markets. Average doesn't control liquidity. Average never shapes history. 12 coins per person is not power. It's noise, a whisper drowned out by the roar of scarcity. But here's the hidden truth. Most people will accept that fate. They'll settle for their 12 or less. They'll convince themselves it's enough because they never saw the bigger picture. And when demand surges, when the funnel tightens, the average won't even register. That is why the XRP Rich List exists. It's a line in the sand between average and rare. The XRP Rich List doesn't celebrate mediocrity. It identifies the few who broke free from it. Because in a world defined by math, staying average means staying invisible. And when the market shifts, invisibility buys you nothing. Part 3. Stepping into rarity. There comes a moment when numbers stop being just numbers and start becoming identity. 12 coins per person. That's math for the crowd. But 10,000? That's math for the rare. That's the step that moves you out of average and into a category so small it barely exists on the global scale. Stepping into rarity is not an accident. It's not luck. It's a decision. It means you saw what others missed. You acted when others hesitated. You held when others doubted. And because of that, your 10,000 coins aren't just holdings. They are proof that you already crossed the line most people will never even approach. Think of the funnel. Billions stuck at the wide mouth, clutching their 12 coins or less. And then, far below, the neck narrows, and you are there, standing where the flow must pass. That's what rarity means. It isn't just math. It's positioning. It's foresight. It's power disguised as silence. The XRP Rich List captures this shift. It doesn't just measure wealth, it reveals who stepped out of average and into rare. And once you've crossed that line, the world can't put you back. Because in the economy of scarcity, the rare aren't optional. They're inevitable. Part 4. Why rare changes. Identity. Rarity doesn't just change your numbers, it changes who you are. When you're average, you blend in. 12 coins here, a dozen there. No one notices, no one cares. But the moment you step into rarity, you stop being part of the background. You become a gatekeeper. You become the one others depend on, whether they realize it now or not. This is why the XRP Rich List isn't vanity. It's identity. It's not telling the world how much you have, it's telling you who you've become. Because rarity transforms a simple wallet balance into influence. It turns a silent decision, buying, holding, protecting, into a position that scarcity itself honors. And identity matters. The market can mock. Headlines can doubt. Friends can laugh. But when scarcity math says you're rare, their opinions don't define you anymore. The math does. 10,000 XRP doesn't just mean more than 12. It means you've crossed into a new definition of self, from follower to leader, from crowd to gatekeeper, from average to rare. And once you carry that identity, you can never look at your stack or yourself the same way again. Part 5. Demand flows to the few. Demand is never fair. It doesn't spread evenly. It doesn't wait for everyone to catch up. Demand always seeks the path of least resistance, and in a scarce system, that path is narrow. So narrow it flows through the hands of only a few. This is why holding 12 coins will never matter. 12 doesn't control liquidity. 12 doesn't anchor settlements. 12 is invisible when global systems start moving trillions. But 10,000? That's different. 10,000 is a gravitational pull. When banks flip the switch, when payment rails demand instant liquidity, when markets surge for settlement fuel, they won't chase the average. They will reach for what's already concentrated, and that means wallets like yours. The XRP Rich List is more than a chart. It's a forecast of inevitability. It shows that when scarcity tightens and adoption expands, the flow cannot avoid the rare. It must pass through them. And here's the truth. Demand doesn't care about opinions, hype, or headlines. It only cares about access. And in a world of 12 coins per person, those with 10,000 hold the access. That's why demand flows to the few. And why being rare isn't just an advantage, it's destiny. Part 6. Proof in blockchain tiers. You don't have to take anyone's word for it. The blockchain itself keeps the record, and it never lies. Every wallet, every tier, every distribution is transparent for anyone willing to see. And what does it show? It shows a pyramid. At the base are millions of addresses, small balances, a handful of coins, sometimes less than 12. That's the crowd, the noise, the background. But as you climb the tiers, the numbers shrink. Fewer wallets, larger balances. And at the top, the rare. Holders with stacks that tilt the math in their favor. That's where 10,000 places you. Not in the noise, but in the tier that scarcity itself has elevated. This is why the XRP Rich List is more than a curiosity. It's evidence. It visualizes the funnel of distribution, the narrowing staircase from millions of wallets to a fraction of a fraction. And the higher you are on that list, the more undeniable your role becomes. Because every time coins are lost, burned, or locked, the tiers tighten. And as they tighten, your position strengthens. You're not just on the list, you're moving upward within it, while the crowd slides further away. The blockchain doesn't flatter, it doesn't spin a story, it just records truth. And the truth is this: rarity is not imagined, it's measured, and your wallet is living proof. Part 7. Survival makes rarity. Last rarity by itself is powerful, but rarity that survives, that's unstoppable. Because numbers alone don't guarantee the future. History is filled with holders who had position, but lost it. Not to scarcity, not to math, but to mistakes. Weak security, forgotten keys, panic selling at the bottom, blind trust in exchanges that collapsed overnight. Survival is the hidden layer of the XRP Rich List. It's not written on the chart, but it's etched in reality. Those who endure every dip, every hack attempt, every storm of doubt, those are the ones who make rarity permanent. Your 10,000 XRP only means something if it's still there when the system flips. That's why discipline matters. Cold storage, redundant backups, patience stronger than fear, conviction stronger than greed. The difference between those who were rare and those who remain rare is survival. And survival is what cements your place when the funnel narrows, when demand spikes, when liquidity floods through the choke point. The XRP Rich List isn't just about what you have. It's about what you keep. And only survivors get remembered when history writes the chapter of wealth transfer. Part 8. Conviction over comfort. Comfort is easy. It tells you to sell when fear rises. It whispers that safety is found in quitting, in blending back into the crowd. Comfort says, take your 12 coins and stop dreaming. But conviction speaks louder. Conviction doesn't bend when charts turn red. Conviction doesn't run when headlines scream collapse. Conviction holds because it knows scarcity math doesn't change with emotion. This is the quiet power of those on the XRP Rich List. They didn't choose comfort. They chose conviction. And every time the market tested them, they passed. That's why they're still standing with stacks that most people can't imagine. The XRP Rich List isn't built on easy choices. It's built on the hard ones. The nights when holding felt impossible. The days when the noise was deafening. Conviction is what carried you through, and conviction is what will keep you rare. Comfort may feel safe in the moment, but it fades into mediocrity. Conviction feels hard in the moment, but it shapes destiny. And in a world of scarcity, destiny belongs to the rare. Part 9. Wealth identity. In the list, wealth isn't just a number on a screen. It's an identity. The XRP Rich List doesn't exist to show off balances. It exists to show who you've become. Because reaching the rare tiers isn't about luck. It's about vision, conviction, and discipline written into your decisions. Every coin in your wallet is a record of patience. Every dip you endured is a line etched into your identity. Every time you refused to sell when the noise was loud, you carved your place deeper into the XRP Rich List. And that's the shift most people never experience. Average holders count coins. Rare holders embody wealth. They understand that scarcity math is not just arithmetic, it's a mirror. A mirror that reflects foresight, courage, and strength long before the headlines catch up. This is why your position matters. 10,000 coins isn't just proof you're ahead, it's proof of who you are. Rare, disciplined, unshaken. The XRP Rich List doesn't flatter you. It names you. It says, here stands someone who saw before others and acted. And that identity, once forged, can't be taken away. Part 10. Claim your rare position. When this video ends, you will stand at a crossroads. You can close it, scroll on, and rejoin the noise of the average. Or you can claim what the math has already given you, rarity. Because 10,000 coins in a world of 12 per person is not a coincidence. It is design. It is foresight. It is proof that you've already stepped into the XRP Rich List, that the XRP Rich List already has your name written in. But identity without action fades. Claiming your rare position means protecting it, anchoring it, and owning it before the headlines catch up. It means recognizing that you are not waiting for wealth. You are already standing inside it. So take this moment. Look at your stack not as a balance, but as a rank. A rank that billions will never touch. A rank that scarcity math has confirmed long before the world wakes up. The XRP Rich List is not just a chart, it's a call. And the call is simple. Claim your rare position, protect it, and let time do the rest. Because history will not remember the average. It will remember the rare. And today, that means you. You've seen the math. You've seen the gap between 12 and 10,000. That's the line between average and rare. The XRP Rich List has already shown you where you stand. Now, it's your move. Subscribe to XRP Today, USA, so you never miss the truths that headlines will only confirm months too late. Share this video with someone still stuck in average, because one day they'll thank you for showing them the path to rare. And drop your conviction in the comments, because the UR Rich List isn't built by noise, it's built by voices like yours. This is XRP Today USA, the home of the rare, the place where math becomes identity, and identity becomes wealth. If you're still here, you've already crossed the line. Now claim it.